It's a long, long way from Tennessee to Texas. I know, 'cause I came the other way. It's a long, long way to hitchhike all for nothing. San Antonio, I'll be back today, even if I have to walk all the way.
Well, I found my way to Nashville with my mind on fame and fortune, a pocket full of songs and my guitar in my hand. But the people there were cold, even in the heat of summer. They think anything from Texas is full of wind and sand. And it's a long, long way from Tennessee to Texas. I know because I came the other way. And it's a mighty long way just to hitchhike all for nothing. San Antonio, I'll be back today, even if I have to walk all the way.
It's a long, long way from Tennessee to Texas. No, because I came the other way. It's a mighty long way to hitchhike all for nothing. San Antonio, I'll be back today, even if I have to walk all the way. They didn't like my songs, didn't even like my guitar. Couldn't even trade it for a meal that I'd call square. With a hurting in my heart and a pain down in my belly, I'm standing on the highway with my thumb up in the air.
It's a long, long way from Tennessee to Texas. I know, 'cause I came the other way. It's a long, long way to hitchhike all for nothing. San Antonio, I'll be back today, even if I have to walk all the way.
Where's the best place to roast your vegetables? At the Friars Club. Let's start the show. You may notice some lines I've drawn on the piece to straighten it out. Folks, I looked and I'm so sorry. I don't think I took saw footage when I cut this piece. It came out so close to being ready. I thought, boy, we just gotta make it a square. But it wasn't straight. So I took the flattest edge and I drew on it with our aluminum pencil. Now since I have set up the faceter, this is the last video with the hand faceter until maybe the show after next. But next show we're going to show on amethyst, and I shaped it with the faceter. It's almost done. Almost-ish. Kinda. Sort of. Right. There. See, I have a frozen glorb of Mountain Dew at the bottom. The whole thing was frozen on the outside, and I poked down a hole in the middle and filled it up. And then I kind of let that, do its thing, and I was drinking on it, and it was melting, and then it turned into this like ice glump at the bottom, and I was like, we're putting it in the freezer, and we're showing that off on the show. And now we are. I foretold the future. Cheers. Hey, Nate Knall's here. Alright. And Michigan Native made it. Hey, that's cool. And Colette S. and Jeanette Korzenko have been having a conversation about the thing that just escaped my calligraphy. That's what it was. Yep, I was thinking of it started with the letter A, but I was thinking of drawing the letter A with the calligraphy pen, and there's a letter A in calligraphy, so that counts. Cheers. Ah. Isn't that refreshing? So what are you up to today, Nate? How's it going? Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good one. How about you, other Nate? How are you doing this Sunday? Hope you're having a great one. Which Nate was I talking to first? Does it matter? 'Cause I was talking to you both, and hoping you're all having a great week. We got this piece of Blue Aventurine cut up for Ron Weasley. It was because he saw a piece of Blue Aventurine and he's like, oh wow, that's really cool. And then I was like, yeah, Ron's bought a lot of plant food, and he's come by the show a lot, and he was asking me for an obelisk, and I still haven't found him an obelisk. I haven't been to the store. It's been that many months. And I'm planning on doing it. Once I finish the amethyst, I think I'm going to go to one of the rock shops and see if I can find an obelisk for Ron Weasley. But this will get him by until then. And I hope he got it this week. Actually, we should check on the tracking number and see if it showed up or not. How about we do that? I can do that. I mean, I'm not going to show, because then we might get into addresses or who knows what. But at least I should be able to click on it and see if it showed up. Bing bang boom. In transit. September 27th. Why? Why is it supposed to be... Oh, that's today. That's okay, that's when it's in transit. Why has it been in transit a week? Yeah, the tracking number was created on the 21st. Is it the wrong tracking number? In transit, arriving late. That's what it says. Yep. Tracking history. So it's... Huh. It's in transit to the next facility and has been for 3 days. Says it arrived at a facility and gives a zip code. And it's like if we're going one of these directions and it went the other direction, it's supposed to go one way and then it went the other way. Why did it go all the way that way? And yeah, anyway, so his package is late. That's great. This stone is in limbo right now. It's in shipping limbo. So that's what the status of Ron's stone is. I wonder if How to Garden got his stone. Because we sent How to Garden a stone from 20 Tuesday, and I sent that out like Wednesday. Not sure though. I don't think it would have gotten there by now. If I did I send it Tuesday? No, I sent it like Thursday, so it's probably not even there. Anyway, hey, Craft Beer Pours, cheers, man. Hey, did they win? I saw you were watching the Saints play the not quite so saintly people, or maybe something like that. But anyway, did they win? Who won? Was it the Saints? Did the Saints play? I don't know. Did the Saints still have a team? I should watch more sports instead of watching all these gemstone videos where this guy drinks Mountain Dew all the time. But it's so tasty. And I do have an update for the ruby, so I can show you. Up that ruby. That's our segment. Yeah, that white part, that's not the light. That's the dye being ground off this piece of street candy I bought for $1.50. Came all the way from India, and it's a sticky rock. It came in the mail sticky. Rocks are not sticky. Still going, and it's tied up, dude. I remember when things get pretty hairy in tied up games, because to be tied off to start with, and they usually got to be able to hold their own in both instances. I mean, good defense, good offense. At least one of the teams has to be holding back. So it's either a low-scoring game, or both of the teams are really going to town and it's a high-scoring game. One of those two things is happening. A lot more than is happening on this channel. I do have jokes though. I wrote some jokes. I think I got a couple of good ones. We don't have nearly as many as last week. Oh, another thing is I have some opal. Yeah, what flavor is your ruby? Oh, Nate, I've been wondering. I keep thinking about trying to lick it. Looks kind of like strawberry, right? But Nate, see, Colette was asking about rubies, and my seller doesn't have any rubies for sale at the moment, and a lot of like the stone shows and stuff have been real restricted, you know. So I was like, all right, $1.50, we're gonna try this, and at the very least it'll make something out of the show. And oh man, I want to eat it, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, we don't want to touch whatever kind of dye that is. Who knows? Could just be rose leaves, you know, powdered up rose leaves. Hey, John and Nellie's here. Yeah, I'm watching the game. Wow. Oh, John, are the Saints playing? We were talking about Saints earlier for some reason, and they probably like to play. I mean, you know, when the Saints go out to play, that's a song. If it's not, we should write it. John, get to work. Let me know when you got the score. Score. Puns. Great. Comedy. Oh, opal. I got opal. Yep, I did. I got some opal to show y'all. I got some opal to show you. Oh, wait. Actually, I think I've already shown these, and I'm gonna put them under the microscope cam. But I got some other ones to show too. I don't know if I've ever shown this one before, but this is a cloudy piece I got a while back. And these pieces of opal have plays of color in them. Saints versus the Packers. It's tied up at 27. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, John, you know, the reason that Chicago is the Windy City is because the Packers blow. Oh, I can't believe I said that joke. That's a really bad joke. The Packers don't blow. They're just not the Bears. Go Bears! Go Bears! The J Cubbies and the Bears. Hey, the Cubs are doing good this year. They're in the playoffs. All right, so that's kind of like some of the opal. Trying to see if I can get one that'll show a little bit of the flary, flingly, wheelie colors that come through. But nope, we're gonna have to bust out the camera. We're busting out the microscope cam. let's get out that microscope cam. And I do have other opal to show you. But I wanted to get into that opal, and I was like, man, we need more opal so I know what I'm doing before I destroy it. Because that would happen, and I would screw up the wrong piece of opal. Oh, and if Farrah catches this, then she can, well, number one, if Farrah wants a jar of salsa, let me know. Might help. Good old vitamins. But the other thing is, your amethyst piece, it's not the one that I've been using the faceter on, but the faceter has been giving me good luck. And I'm going to show you the de-dopping of the stone with that stone that we dopped the other day on the transfer jig. Yep, took that video too. But this is the Farrah stone. We're going to put that on there, Farrah, and we're going to get that carved up into you, hopefully before Christmas. And let's see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, I got more opals to show you. Let's get the microscope cam plugged in, shall we? Are we done moving the video? Great, 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 great. Oh, this video is almost done. It's going to be a really short show, too, because I got like 12 more minutes of video plus the dopping video, which is like 5 minutes, or depending on how long I struggle with it, and 26 jokes. So I got a little bit of the Aventurine is really nice. Did you see if that ruby melts? No. Oh, call it. Let me take a note of that. Let me take a note of that dizzle. And while I do that, I'm going to let the undopping video play. Yeah, you can hear me swear at it. Probably not. I don't think I swored. I swored when I was doing this one. Nah, I wouldn't have. But you can see it happen. Yep, I oiled up the razor, and see, I cut at it before, but the other glue was still weak, so we reinforced it. Look, when I rotate it, yep, there's the reinforcements. Actually, what I'm supposed to use is a V-dop for emeralds, an emerald dop, but I don't have one. I made those dops myself. So we just doubled down on the glue to make it a little bit sturdier. Alright, let's see. Colette, here's a piece of green Aventurine that hasn't been polished yet. So this is the green Aventurine, and it has little sparklies in it. And I'm going to show this under the microscope cam. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep, I'm going to show this under the microscope cam too. And I got some really nice pieces of this green Aventurine, but then I also got that blue Aventurine, and it has some sparkles. If you look in the picture, that's not dust, although it looks like dust. It's that's blue Aventurine. And we like to go Aventurine. Oh, there's the phone. Unplugified. Still haven't hooked up the new video card. Haven't hooked up the new video card. Need to get to that. But I haven't done it yet because I don't want to screw up all the stuff in the middle of the show. You know, like I would have been messing with it earlier today, and who knows if we would have had problems, so I can just, do it after the show or something like that. Possibly. There's the camera. It's on. It's ready. We're going to open up the program in new window. Tied up at 27-20. Oh, okay, so that's kind of a low scoring game. It took me quite a while to understand why touchdowns are 7 points or 6 points. It was really confusing, and I thought about it, when I got to, I don't know how old I was, like, 15 or something, just thinking about, like, what's the deal with football scoring? And I realized it's a matter of value. Scoring is a matter of value. So if you get a touchdown, you can take a free point. And that's your base value. Is that one free point? Woohoo, free! It's only worth one. You know what is worth more? Kicking a field goal. That's not just worth 2, it's worth 3. Of course, if you don't want to take the free point, you can try for 2 points. Then you get that chance to get that extra point. So let's say you score the touchdown, you got 2 options. You can either take the free one, so you got 6, or you can try for the extra and you got 2, and then you got 7. Or you can kick the field goal, and that's 3. So that's where you get your value. Worked with Blue Appetite before. Yeah, Michigan native, Blue Appetite. I sent Twisted a piece of Blue Appetite. Wait a minute, we gotta fire up the microscope cam, and I'm gonna have to show you what I'm doing so that I'm not all like, hey, check this thing out, and you can't see what I'm talking about. Window capture, because we like to capture with the window. And the dust cover too, because that's on there. Boink. Oh, hey, there's Mr. Sparks-a-Lot. Just been putting Mr. Sparks-a-Lot sticker on with the thing, because I keep meaning to take it outside and put it on the toolbox. But, I don't know. Should we really put Mr. Sparks-a-Lot on the toolbox? Because he's not a tool. Mr. Sparks-a-Lot, go live more. I'm telling you, man. Go live more. Go live more. You're so funny. I write a lot of great jokes when Mr. Sparks-a-Lot goes live, because then I can just relax and think about, like, oh, hey, he's talking and doing the show, and I'm, you know, just thinking about jokes. Yeah, that kind of throws it off, doesn't it? Because then you don't know what's water and what's the sparkles. But there, that side's dry. See, those sparkles are little water bubble holes, and yeah, that's what makes Aventurine lovely. I really love this stuff. I bought a bunch of slices of it, and that's the thing. It's an opaque stone. You can't really facet it because the facets won't really do anything. Yeah, look at that amethyst. That's what we're going to feature next week. Unless I ruin it. Yeah, which actually the faceter has been working well, and it's quick. And it's so satisfying to not have to do, because like I get 4 facets, you know, and it's like, oh great. 1, 2, hey, those look great together. 3, great. 4, alright, great. You look great. Now let's polish you. 1, 2, great. 3, fantastic. 4, why? Why did you, no, why did you just ruin the whole stone? And I'm tired of that happening occasionally. And I think this will help us crank them out a little faster. I'm still trying to figure out what you're doing on that video. Oh, John, it's a dop thing, so it's a transfer jig. So you got to put the stone on the thing, and then you put the stone in the faceter, and you grind on it. You grind one side. You see what I'm holding there? You grind one side. What do you do when you're done? You put it in this transfer jig, and yes, I made my own, John. They charge like $300 for the cheap ones. And I put it in the transfer jig, and then I put another dop in the transfer jig, and you slide them together, and you glue it onto the other one, and then you cut it off of the other side. And it's JB Weld 5-minute epoxy, and I did not take the time to work the air bubbles out. That's why it's cloudy. And it really more or less forms a suction cup. It's like liquid suction cup, because it doesn't grip the stone too well, and you can't actually knock it off of there, which is a good thing, because then you can clean it up later. But it's basically, it's like forming a suction cup on the stone to hold it there, and you can put it in a little bit of solution to clean it off later. The glue, it's JB Weld 5-minute epoxy, just the standard run-of-the-mill 5-minute epoxy, clear epoxy. Nate, if you have the right dop, and the dop as you can see, that's a flat dop right there, and the stone comes down and just butts right up against the dop. So it's not like there's a lot of surface to surface contact between the metal and stuff. So if I use super glue, there'd be a lot of structure, and the structure in super glue is usually kind of flexible. This epoxy is usually pretty stiff, and the super glue will flex and break. I mean, it just takes a little bit to crack loose that seal of the suction cup. But if you have a dop, like the emerald dop, where it would sit down in there like it's supposed to, and then you put the super glue in, it will actually help. It works a little bit better. And then, like, people use dop wax, but then you have to have a torch, and then there's fire, and that's dangerous, and you gotta put the fire out, and you gotta remember things, and yeah, then you got to deal with all the dop wax. And I thought about getting into that, but this 5-minute epoxy has been working fine enough. I mean, I'm just getting started to crank out a few gemstones, you know. And so the JB Weld getting hot when grinding. Oh, I don't know. I've never. So I suppose it would, but the thing is, like, the stone doesn't get too hot when I grind because of the water. Sometimes they do. Sometimes when I'm really honking them off, I can feel them get warm. But mostly, and this is something that I learned from Steve Moriarty of moregems.com. They have a YouTube channel. He said that you don't, like I was talking about the suction cup, you don't want the glue to get to the edge of the stone, because then when you grind it back and you grind the glue off, you break the seal and the stone will fall off. I actually had that happen once. It wasn't so much that the glue had gotten out onto the stone, so much as the glue had just kind of bubbled out, and I hit it when I was going around the girdle, and it got deep enough, it broke loose, and yeah, the stone came off of there. And I can show you. I left the thing on there so that I left the glue on there so that I can try and line it back up. See, this is the work that the faceter does. Nice job, huh? Nice and pointly. It's cracked on the tip, but that's actually because I didn't cut it deep enough. I was trying to make sure I did a good job on the stone. But this is a cone dop I made. I made this in a drill press. I just clamped this down in a drill press and went at it with a router bit that I had in the drill press, and used lots of WD-40. Oh, and here's a tip. Since I had to drill out the tip to center it, and it cut a lot better with that router bit when I drilled out the center. I don't want the glue to go down in the tip and make a hard to get at seal, so I put a little bit of the dental wax down in the hole. Yeah, it's not going to show. I can't get it close enough. A little ball of dental wax down in the hole, and that way the glue doesn't get down in there and cause for problems. Oh, here's a really cool. Okay, so this Aventurine piece I was showing you, I kind of like. It's pretty big, but here's a piece that to me it just says gem. It just looks gemular. See the big facet, the basic shape of it. I mean, you know, a couple of these you could make like a thing, you know, and it's really, really hard. I mean, this stuff's freaking hard. Let's see if I got another video, because I keep talking and there's no video playing. Oh, that reminds me, and since we've been talking about stuff so long, it's time for me to show you, well, the opal, but also it's time for me to show you, so that you can find out what's been going on and you will understand. Up that ruby. Welcome to the segment where I show you up that ruby, because we want to know. It's up that ruby. Oh, here's a good example. Let me show you, folks, because I was talking earlier about finishing out the last facets. See, this is not a line. This is actually two facets. I ground it funny, so I need to straighten that out. See the different grain patterns? Yeah. This is a nice, flawless piece. A lot of these pieces of Aventurine, they'll have like a swirl in them. I think this one might have something on the back where it's, yeah, see this problem over here? So there's a lot of this stuff, and in order to try and get a nice, big, even piece without flaws, like the front of it, it's kind of hard. So I'm kind of proud of this one turning out to be a big, nice, even piece. And I don't want to ruin it as I do it. So let's show you what's up to that ruby. Alright, I went ahead and I told you I planed off a little bit, and then as I was grinding, I went through the 100 grit, the 240 grit, and the 1000 grit, and I wound up getting a couple of extra, because it was kind of soft with all the cracks and such, so you can kind of see the difference in the texturing. Yeah, there we go. These facets here. So this one over here is the 240 grit, and then this one over here is the 1000 grit. And I didn't necessarily get deep enough with it, but it's not showing any real translucency, but it's definitely showing that it's been dyed. I mean, that's definitely a dye on the outside. Now I'm wondering about the difference between this lighter pink color and this like redder pink color. I think this might be the dye, or maybe they use like a mixture of dyes, and then one dye seeped deeper than the other dye. Maybe. Alright, I had another video, and I was gonna show. Oh, that's what we were gonna. Dagnabbit. One thing at a time, Jake Bud. The ruby video, that's what I was gonna roll while I was showing you up that ruby. There we go. Hey, Ron Weasley made it. We were just talking about Ron and his package that Ron, I was just telling people, we were looking at, or well, not we, but as I was telling people, I was looking at the tracking number, and it says it's still it's in limbo, man. They didn't send it where they were supposed to send it. They sent it the opposite direction of sending it some direction. So, that's what's going on with the ruby so far, whether it's ruby or not. Oh, and they said it was Burmese ruby. So it was like, oh, you got to give them a little bit on the color, because Burmese ruby's nice, and it's very cloudy, so that could be a thing. But I don't know. I think as far as the plans with this ruby go, I think we should go ahead and try to saw at it a little more. I don't know. I could just grind down farther. I'm not sure yet. Maybe we may. Let's see. See if I can show this piece or not. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's cut this piece off. Right where my finger is. Right where my fingernail is, let's put the saw right there and bring it on down. And we're going to cut this piece off. Yeah. We'll cut that piece off, and then we'll have that update for you the next time we show you up that ruby. Oh, and Colette, we can at least send you this little piece with the next package. This is a little piece. We bought this because of Colette, so we're gonna send her a little chunk of it, and maybe she can try it out and see what flavor it is. Cause oh, it just looks like strawberry, doesn't it? Strawberry, but it's probably like some weird kind of berry, like doofly berry. It's so strange to be like other fruits grow in other countries, because we get the fruits that we get, right? Come to find out, cashews grow off of the end of a cashew apple. And this cashew apple kind of looks like a pepper, and then the cashew seed grows under it, and that's, you know, the cashew wheat. The apples, they're good. They're not necessarily that different from an apple. People use them to make pies, cashew apple pie. But it's not worth the money to send them here, because we might as well just eat regular apples. So, you never know what you might get. That my second package sent somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know, Ron. I took pictures of it, man, and like, it's like, you know, if it's supposed to go this way, it went this way, or in reverse. It's like, where did the package go, and why did it go that direction? And it's been like, oh, what did it say? It's on its way to the next facility. Has been for 3 days. And see, yeah, on its way to the next facility. Has been for 3 days. And that was, yeah, that was, today was the last update for it. So at least we got an update today. Not sure. I guess a lot of people have been having problems with the mail. And then like with the voting thing, that's become a big topic. Alright, well, we let the rest of this short little video, which is about another minute long, play out. I'm going to show you some opal that I got in the mail, in case you didn't see it on 20 Tuesday. We had an opal unboxing. So with opal, I'll tell you what opal is, but I want you to look for the opalescence, which is the blues, the reds, and the greens that crawl throughout it. And oh, Colette, here we go. This piece of white on the end here, I was thinking that maybe this, I don't know, it's kind of translucent to work for your ring, but I think that might actually have the opal that we want in it that will work to match your ring, because you want it to match. That if it looks odd, then it's just throwing another rock in there. But if we can get it to match, and let's see, we're not getting a whole lot showing up on this one. Let me show a different one so I can show you what I'm talking about with the opalescence. Okay, I've shown this one quite a few times, but it shows, see the blues and the greens in there? That's the opalescence. And then when we get it at the right angle, it has red in it too. And so we're going to do a little faceting. So for those unfamiliar, opal is where there's like some limestone and such, and something died and collapsed, and there's a void, and then some quartz rich water that's really hot will flow up in there and fill the crack. And then as it cools, there's bacteria and stuff that will get in there, and they'll make the plays of color. Not seeing a lot of plays of color on this one. We're going to have to polish it out to get a better feel. Let's see, what about this guy? Okay, maybe, look at that. Oh, look at that split right there. Yep, we're going to have to deal with that. Oh, look at that green coming through. Oh, there we go. There's some green ghostliness in there. I mean, it's not that great of opal. I got it really cheap. Cheap diddly cheap. But I got opal. And it's big enough that we can cut around and play with it and try to do some... Look at that big clear area. I mean, that's going to be cool. That's going to be a really cool piece of opal to play with, right? Let's show you one more piece of opal. Oh, I gotta show you two more pieces. This one and one more. Okay, there you go. You can see a little bit of the red down in the bottom. A little bit of the red coming through, yeah. So the red, when I facet it right, it goes from yellow to red. And then the plays of green and blue throughout there, that's the opalescence that people really like. Okay, one more piece that I think, because I showed you the one piece, Colette, but I think this other piece is going to be the one that will get the opal out to fix your ring. See this end? This white end cap? Look at all the play of color there. I think we will be able to get something that will work on your ring out of the end of this piece of opal. I hope. I think so. And then the main part of it's actually kind of neat too. It's kind of translucent. It's brown, but oh, it even has a little bit of Labrador essence in there. Look at that. I've never looked at this one under the microscope. Glad I got the microscope cam. This thing's been so much fun. Just like y'all for coming by and saying hi and hanging out and stuff and seeing what's going on the Gemstone channel. You know what we need to do is get to the joke portion, because you've all been so fantastic, and I really wish Benny were here, but she's probably sleeping or something like that, because I was supposed to go live earlier and I didn't go live earlier like I was supposed to, like I should go live like I should, and I'm gonna stop singing like I should. Yep, that's a piece of chocolate opal. Oh, I saw blue in there. I saw a blue thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to shine down this thing. It's like space. That's what it was. On one part of this, it's like space. Because it's like, there we go. Yeah, it's like two different chunks. See the blues? The bluey, spacely blue sparkle stars? Yeah, we're gonna have to shine down and bring that through. That is awesome. Okay, good old opal. I'm starting to understand why people like their opal. Alright. So now you know, up that ruby, and you saw the opal, and you saw most of the video for the show today. Where's Christina? I don't know. Up that ruby looks like an icy... Oh, it does kind of look like an icy thing. Yeah, it's just kind of sitting there. Oh, I had to do the GIF. And actually, that's two different images. So the text that looks like it's not moving, it's actually switching back and forth between texts, but they don't move at all. Whereas the ruby is switching back and forth between it's just two different pictures that it's cycling through. And it's like 500 milliseconds, so it's a half a second, then it goes half a second, 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 half a second. I should put like body and head and some legs and stuff, so it looks like a pair of hips just shaking. Hey, tup that ruby. Tup Benny Loco, caught ya. Oh, Benny, you're just in time. Just in time for the magic part of the night. I want to say I got like 26 jokes for you, but I think it's actually only 25 jokes. I'd like to think that some of them are good jokes. Let's see if I can fire up the intro to this week's joke portion of the program. That isn't very loud. There's the guitar riff. Yeah, I did. Oh, man, I gotta update that for next season because it looks kind of cheesy. But at the same time, I did all that. The joke portion of the program. I made the text. I pulled out the background of it. It's Word, screenshot. Then I went and pulled out the white, and GIMP didn't do that great of a job, but it worked. I got the explosion, I chopped, down so it's the right size, and then I got that guitar riff, which was like 3 minutes of guitar riffs, and I had to chop out all the other guitar riffs, and then we got, all of it layered together, and then I had to export it and listen to it, and no, I didn't like that, so we made a couple changes, and man, Mother Nature knows all about that editing. She does that with her music. Yodel hee hoo hoo, Honest Gas is here. Benny Loco, the sweetest, you're too fantastic, no words are enough. There. Oh yeah, we typed that up. Yep. Glad Benny's here, and Colette, and Ron, and Nate, and John, and Craft Beer Pours, and I hope they won if they haven't won, and I hope John comes back and tells me if they won, because I'm wondering if they won. And Jeanette Korzenko, I hope her calligraphy is going well. Alright, let's go ahead and try and tell a joke or two. Where's the best place to roast your vegetables? The Friars Club. They're used to the gas. Oof. Scatological jokes. Getting closer to that bathroom humor. Special. Is pulled pork a type of groundhog? Too much thinking there. What's a good way to order apple cider online? With an application. Why don't cows wear open-toed shoes? 'Cause they lack toes and are intolerant. Wait, did I say that right? 'Cause they lack toes and are intolerant. Good old milk joke. Why was the beatnik in a trance? 'Cause he was hypnotized. Hip. He was, yeah, okay. What's the best way to avoid a ram? With a Dodge. Car jokes. What do you get when you bread your food with crumbs? Crummy food. We're just going to squeak the next one in there because of it. Why is it bad to eat toast and tell jokes? 'Cause you'll be a crummy joke teller. Ha! How can you be a stand-up if you're lying? Wait a minute. That's not a joke. I must have been pretty tired when I wrote that. That sounds like a note. Alright, this is a shout out to Bumpy. Yeah, the same Bumpy who tested the salsa out. He got a big jar in the mail because that was gonna. He gave me such a good compliment last year. I had to send him a big jar, so I sent him a big jar, big old jar. This comes from Bumpy Road Brewery. One thing about stone cutters, you can't take them for granted. Then Drunken One added, that's set in stone. Oh, it's so good. Which also reminds me what would be good if Walmart handed out walnuts at the door. I mean, shouldn't Walmart offer a discount on walnuts? Sorry for being so nutty. Which car is the wildest? Is Zuzu. Haha. That was a hard part of the week. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Partly Cloudy, and we were talking about math class. And, you know, in math class, they're teaching me about things like powers and parentheses. Like I'll ever need powers or parentheses. I mean, I know how to count money, but I don't have enough money to use parentheses. If someone is a chair... We're halfway, folks. Halfway. Almost. Not quite. If someone is a chairman, do they do a lot of sitting? How do you give someone a high five in New York? Give them a nigh five. Yeah. Okay. We're getting close. And actually, I'm going to do like a shout out thing and invite y'all to a thing. It's free. Or you can like donate. It's not my thing. It's another thing. But it's a comedy thing. And it has to do with the comedy that... yeah. We're going to come up to that in a little bit. What do plants ask their gardener? Do you have any phosphorus? Is the study of ant societies called anthropology? We're moving on from that one. With all these people asking God to damn things, he must need an army of beavers. Ah, yeah, that's a fresh one. Smell the funny. What do you call salsa that solves hunger? Salsa. That's a shout out to Bumpy. Okay, so here's a product. I was thinking about how terrible it would be if someone made a claw game into an ice dispenser. Come on, Cube. I just need one cold oh. What did the carpenter say when he grabbed his silicone? Let's go tubing. Hey. Oh, here you go. Here you go. You guys love this one, I hope. What did the homeowner say to the electric company when the power went out? Get your amps over here. Good old electric. I wish Drunken One was here for that. Okay, yeah, why is it bad to eat toast and tell jokes? Because you'll be a crummy joke teller and you'll tell the same joke twice. What do you call someone who lies in their bowl of soup? A bold-faced liar. Yee. What did the porn star say when being interviewed? Check out my latest release. I don't know what that means, Dennis. What did the stoner say when the bees got in his house? Bees out, man. Why did the gardener take his crop to the bar? They were his best buds. I wish Gromies was here for that. What do you think of that, Mish? Did Attila's wife call him honey? This is the last one, I promise. Oh, wait, no, we missed the... Oh, okay, we gotta come back to that. Okay, I got one more joke, but I got 2 shout-outs. I can't believe I missed that. Okay, so the math joke, the parentheses joke, I wanted to do that as a shout-out, and I totally ramble-jambled the dingly-ding-dong show. Alright, so we're trying to go over to Twitter, where I know where it is. And we're going to find the thing so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, let's see if I can just actually show you. Okay, so we can pull this up on the reality cam. It's called Jacob Tries to Do Things. There we go. Alright, so this is that Zoom Diner thing I was talking about a couple weeks ago. So it was just like a Zoom thing where I go in and I was watching, and it's kind of like this, but it's limited to like 100 people or something like that. I don't know, whatever Zoom's limited to. So this gal, Liz Melee, sorry about the name, she's doing another one, and it's free. You can donate, but I'm going to be in there, and I'm going to be dropping jokes down. Okay, so now, the reason I wanted to do the shout-out was because she was talking about math jokes. And I was like, I think there's a theory here. And we talked about it before, is that math jokes, you know me, I tell a math joke every month, sometimes every week. I think the math jokes are always funnier when they're about money, you know, and it's like they're teaching me about powers in parentheses. I mean, I know how to count money, but I don't have enough money to use parentheses. I like that joke. So I thought that would be a good place to talk about this Zoom Diner thing, which I should drop the link to. See, can we do this? Yeah. Because you guys can just sign up for this, and you can hang out, and Honest Gas is, yeah, you guys can hang out. Benny, you should sign up for this, because it was a lot of fun last time. I really enjoyed it. I hope it's a lot of fun this time, too. So, shout out to them for doing their thing. And while we're at it, I'm going to tell you my joke that I kind of, like, I hope this dude, Joel, and I even screwed up his name, Joel Brill, I hope that he can use this joke. I want him to use this joke, and I hope that his audience is fresh and they don't hear this joke that I'm going to tell you, because he actually started the joke. So I got to give a shout out to him. He was asking the joke doctor. I've mentioned the joke doctor, Jerry Corley. He's the joke doctor. So he asked the joke doctor this question, and I checked out some of the other answers, and I thought, I mean, the joke doctor answered with a great answer. I'm going to start with the joke doctor's answer and, you know, shout out to him, but then I'm going to give you mine and see, you know. Okay, so he said, "Hey Jerry, the joke doctor, I'm doing a bit about updated versions of children's stories. I could use help with this joke. After getting a fully functional prosthetic hand, Captain Hook has changed his name to Captain Ten Fingers." That's what Jerry said if you're writing it for kids, you know. And I think that's great, because 10, you know, kids count. It's fantastic. Then if you can see mine, I had to add one, and it says, "After getting a fully functional prosthetic hand, Captain Hook has changed his name to the captain formerly known as Hook." I don't know if I think I gotta change the delivery, but that's my joke. And I had to add one of the old Captain Hook jokes. Why don't people write jokes about Captain Hook defeating Peter Pan? Because they don't like deadpan humor, or me trying to read things during the joke portion of the program. Alright, I'm so glad you guys got to make it for the joke portion, and I totally covered everything up, didn't I? I covered the crap out of everything up. Oh, it's so covered up. We're just gonna uncover it up. That's me! I'm gone! Good! I disappeared, and I'm clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. I'm gone, and so is my embarrassment. And probably all of the people who came to the show. Welcome to the program. Glad you came by. You're all fantastic. I'm glad you made the joke portion of the show. Let's play the last little bit of Ron's Limbo Gem. Oh man, it so sucks the crap out of itself. I can't believe he doesn't have his gem yet. I was so excited. I was going to be like, alright, we're going to show it on the show last week like we did under the microscope cam, and then it's going to be sent to Ron, and he's going to be able to enjoy his gem, and he still doesn't have it because it is sent to the middle of nowhere. Man, that's frustrating. Ooh. I sure hope... Okay, so here's the cool thing though, Ron. We got insurance on it this time. That box I sent to Amy that they lost, didn't get insurance on it. 5 gems. Gone. 5 gems lost in the mail. And when I called, the guy's like, "Oh yeah, they probably fell between the machines and got ground up." He told me that like 4 times because I wouldn't. I was like, let's tell me where they go. If you got a dumpster or something, I'll go search through it. I mean, I just need to find out where these gems went. And the worst part of all of it is that they were for the Adams Alliance MS benefit. But that's what happens. That's the mail gets lost sometimes, and then it doesn't even get found. Under the Roctal cam. Oh, Christina, we haven't pulled that out yet this time. We should probably pull that out for the opal. It might show the opalescence a little better. Because that microscope cam is really cool for showing like the facet up close, but it doesn't really show the like whole stone. But it sure does show something. And that's what we need for the show, is a little bit of content, because goldarn, I want to appeal to more viewers. I want to have more of, I want to be like a rewatchable, and I should probably try to like post and stream on other platforms. I don't know. It's not like it's real important, because you guys are all great and everything, but I like having people come in for you to chat with and hang out with and talk to and be like, and then we get more reasons to, fire up the chat bots. And did I close it out? No, okay. It's not working? Oh, it is working. Okay. I'm so glad to wish I could have seen that rock part. So glad to wish I could have seen the rock part. Exactly whatever you're talking about, Benny. Great. It shows the essence. I need to put me under one of those cameras. Ah, Christina. Oh, that would be good. I'd like to see that. That'd be a lot of fun. And let's see, what else? Whatever we were talking about, things. So Ron Stone, the ruby, I showed you up that ruby. We talked about the upcoming amethyst, which actually I was going to show you all the amethyst, but I can't take it out of the machine. I got to kind of leave it in there until it's done. Otherwise, like a little change will show up on the top of the gem. And I think we got it. It's going together pretty nice. I'm really happy with that amethyst. It's going to be a pretty good feature. Hopefully I can finish it out so that we can feature it next week. That's why I'm hoping that y'all have a fantastic week. I hope y'all have a lovely week. I think we're going to wrap up the show. It was a late show. It was a short show. But it was a wonderful show, and we had a lot of really lovely people come by, like Jeanette Korzenko. Haven't seen her in so long, and I hope her calligraphy works out, and I hope she can write all kinds of great things with her new pens, and I hope she has fun eating those nibs, because I think we all love nibs. They're delicious. Colette S. came by, and Colette and I were talking on the phone about some obsidian with red streaks in it. So we're going to be getting into that. Much like we got into True Agriculture's rose quartz that we're going to try and cut another piece of before Christmas. But we got to get Farah's amethyst to her, which is why we got to finish this next week's amethyst, and I'm going to be showing you that on the show. Oh man, we had so many great people. Like Nate Ganal came by, and we talked to him for a while. He's a great guy. You gotta get to know Nate. And the other Nate, Michigan native, came by, and you got a good crop going on there, Mish. I can't wait to see that thing get all tumbled, and the trim. Yeah, it's looking great, man. I really like that garden you got going on. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see how it grows next year. I don't know, are you going to keep it the same size? Maybe it's enough. A lot of times people add a little bit more to their garden each year, and then, next thing it gets out of hand. And it's great, though, because, it's a growing thing. It's a growing business. I hope you have a great harvest. And Craft Beer Pours came by. Yeah, I hope you have as great of a harvest as Craft Beer Pours' beers, because he's always... Gotta stop clicking on that. Okay. And he's always not clicking on things when he should be or shouldn't be, or whichever one he's supposed to do. He's probably really good at it. Actually I hope that the team he was rooting for won, because it's Saints versus Packers, and I talk about the Packers because of the Bears, but really they are a good team. They really fight and they get in there. And I hope the Saints got in there and played a good game too. Apparently they did if they were tied up. Oh man, I wonder who won. And I wonder how long it went into overtime. It's so exciting. Did you see if okay, Colette, we're going to heat that thing down, because I did I take a note of that? I didn't take a note of that. Heat the ruby. There, we got a note of it. We got a note of it this time, Colette. Well, we're going to check that out. And John and Nellie came by, and we're really appreciative about that. And let's see, I hope I didn't miss any. Ron Weasley came by, and I hope Ron gets his package, because this is his stone up in the corner. And Benny, hey, Honest Gas made it. Benny, I am so glad you made it to the joke portion, and Honest, I'm glad you made it too. You guys got to see Honest Gas. He's made this, like, crown thing, helmet thing, and it's got, like, this mask that's magnetic, and you can take it off and it fits on other masks. Oh man, Orion the Grower came by. Cheers, man. I got it. Bam. Cheers. Awesome. I'm glad to, hey, talking about great grows, Orion the Grower came by. He's got a great garden going on. That thing looks pro. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed the jokes, because I keep trying, and I'm hoping they get better, and I'm hoping I can write them a little bit better each week for you. And Christina and Sun Ghost Squad made it. Okay, I hope I didn't miss anybody. I hope that you all have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you all next week and every week at 9 p.m. Eastern.